Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to another episode of Indy's Garage, where we like to share a little bit of that knowledge that most of the normal people out there don't get to understand. And today, myself, Mark Bayles, gets to interview and spend some time with probably one of my favorite guys in the industry.
Oh, you're so nice.
I am so nice. Tyler McGinity with McGinity Motorworks, who is, without a doubt, probably been one of the most guys I've been impressed with my entire career. I've said this many times, right? I love watching you. I like seeing what you do.
We have a good relationship.
We have a good relationship because we're complete opposites when it comes to the spectrum of who knows how to do something and who doesn't. I have the specific knowledge of like what it takes to maybe sell it really good, right?
Yeah.
And you have that infinite knowledge on like really how to do it.
Or
right?
to like, hide in a corner and just get super technical.
That
works too.
But it's the same thing. But that's kind of like the reason that yin and yang of why we work so well, right? And, I've done this a few times now, and trying to share the knowledge in what we do with the normal individual is a super hard thing to do. Getting to run a company like you do and a company like I do in an industry that's filled with, everybody has more money, more money than us, better shop. I'm not going to say better technicians because the technician is what it is. You and I both know.
I have great people all around, not just technicians.
Same for me, right? But everybody has this this fake little bubble where they think that if they go to I'm going to the dealership, right?
Well,
I'm going to
get free snacks. For $1,000.
Yeah, for $1,000, right? And so that was kind of the niche that both you and I, both have figured out really young. So, Tyler and I have been, kind of working together in a business relationship, probably for 6 years or so, 7 years.
And I think it's simply just because you do additional things.
Yep.
And you have a bigger network and you have connections that I just don't have. And I need you to do stuff for us sometimes.
Yeah. But that's kind of the point, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest thing that you and I realized very early in our relationship, and, the reason why I always do anything, I invite Tyler along with me. It's not because of your looks, that's for sure.
we know that one.
It's because of your technical aspect of it, right? And so I always know if I would send you a customer that, for one, they were going to be taken care of, right? They were going to get the best, treatment that you could ask for. They were going to get great knowledge, and they were probably going to get the car fixed better than what I could do, right?
Well, and I think the bigger picture of what you're trying to get across is we have now built our relationship as individual business owners with each other, because you're going to treat your customers the same way I'm going to treat my customers.
Yep.
You're going to have the same integrity. You're going to stand behind your crew. You're going to stand behind the finished product that comes out of your business just as well as we try to.
Yep.
A little bit different, same industry.
Yep.
But we're just trying to do right by people and be honest and do good work and earn the business of the community. Yeah.
It's hard to find other business guys that have our same mentality, right? There's not a lot of, and we've said it all the time, our industry is full of a bunch of individuals, really, right? They don't really try to look and say, hey, maybe if I hooked up with this guy and we did things that we're not competing for the same business.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't I want to have this guy around?
Just to support the community. Or the automotive industry.
Yeah. And you say all the great things, but to make money together.
Well, you have to make money.
To make money together,
because
right?
I got people I got to pay.
Exactly.
If I didn't have people to pay and it was just me,
it'd be fine.
I did that for a while, and I didn't make anything.
Well, we're trying to get that way, right? If we're trying to get some sponsors like Unloaded 88 and Indiana Corn Marketing Council.
Yes, sir. We do love those people,
We do love those people. But that's like the goal for all of us. And, the passion, I guess, is the biggest thing that I've always saw out of you, right? You have this incredible passion for cars, right? I hope that you kind of see that in me. It's a different way for me because I don't have the technical side of it.
Definitely not obvious at all. By any means, but I guess I could pick up on it.
You could pick up on it, yeah. But that's that thing that I've always appreciated, because I try to surround myself with people that have attributes that I don't.
Yeah,
right.
I get that.
Right.
And back at you.
Yeah, I mean,
you're super. You have a great personality. You're great with talking to people. You're very extroverted, I would say, and I'm a very introvert.
Yeah.
And so, if I can tag along and make you do all the camera stuff,
do like what
I'm
we're
good
doing
with
today.
that. I'm good with that. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
It's not
I'll pop in.
It's not really canned, but we do have cameras here, and it's supposed to be more of a podcast, so people can just listen to our great voices.
That
right?
is true.
But
I'll have to turn it down.
We'll turn it down. But my main goal in doing this is kind of one, and hopefully we can have more guests like yourself and other guys who do what we do every single day. And the normal customer doesn't get how hard our job actually is, right? And I'm even today I have a customer that is a simple mechanical thing. We just changed the batteries in her car, right? But after you change the batteries in their car, you're now married to that fucking car, right?
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, you changed the batteries and now this is happening. And you're like, well, no, because you haven't done any mechanical work in the last 6 years to your car, and this is the first.
It's communication, and different people communicate differently.
Yeah, and hopefully that people can tune into this and maybe see, because we do incredible fun stuff, right? We've done races. I mean, I just signed up for the race that we're getting ready to do in October with
Graham Rahal.
Graham Rahal. I signed up.
So
for that.
you need to switch. Or yeah.
18th, October 18th, yeah.
That's gonna be a good time.
So, I mean, we've done Shift Sector, the Indy Airstrip Attack now for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to build a car together, right? To go out and do things for companies that we're involved with. So, in all intents and purposes, we live in this dream life that sometimes we don't get to realize that it is.
Yeah, I would say it's almost extremely difficult when you're so involved on a day-to-day basis of your baby, your business.
Yeah.
And being able to take that half a step back and look at where your efforts have gotten you and say, hey, this is actually a little bit nicer than it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
And that those late nights or those years of not making money has started to pay off just because we have the community supporting us.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cool feeling.
Well, you have the community behind you because of the person that you are, right? I mean, you don't get to...
It's not easy.
Yeah.
If this was easy...
My favorite statement I always love to say to people is, if my job was easy, there'd be one of me on every corner.
Yeah.
And there's not.
Yeah.
You could think about this. Same for you, right? There's a Midas or a Meineke or any of those places. Go to that place and see what customer service is like, right?
Exactly.
Go see how much they could give two shits about your business. And no disrespect to those companies. But go to a dealership, all right? And go to a dealership where, you might see somebody who gives you some good service. But the difference is, smaller shops like yours and I are dying.
Yeah.
They're not going to be here forever.
We are fighting.
We are fighting, to stay alive, right? And the people that we hire and the parts that we buy from companies, we're just as important part of the community as anybody else is. And, being able to share that passion like you and I have is an incredible, thing to be able to do. And it amazes me every single day on, you don't get a very thank you very much, right? I mean, nobody hardly says thank you.
They customers may try to thank me and hey, or give Tyler McGinity a shout out.
I know, right?
It's not only just me, it's me and my team, and my guys probably did more than I did.
Yes,
I'm to the point where I have to do the ugly computer work and ordering parts and making sure the quality control.
Yep.
But my guys are rock stars.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do what I do today without those people.
Yeah. Well, and you give credit, and I try to give credit all the time. I'm not the guy turning the wrench. I don't turn the wrench. I don't want to turn the wrench. I want to be the guy that turns the door every single day.
Oh,
right?
I love turning the wrench.
Yeah, I know you do.
I just don't have the time.
Well, I don't have the time, and I don't have the skill or the patience to turn the wrench. But I like to understand that. For me, you always know that. I want to understand it, right? I want to know everything about a car. You know as well as I do. A car is just a bunch of nuts and bolts, right?
Yeah.
Most maintenance is just basic, right? It's, you take a part on, you put it back on, right? It's
Yeah.
maintenance. People come in and are like, well, my car's a piece of shit. All right, well, you got 100,000 miles on it. And
Yeah,
what
let's,
have you?
let's
Yeah.
break it down
Yeah.
and let's try to understand and comprehend why we have reached this point with
Yeah.
your vehicle. Because you're the 13th owner, and it's only 8 years old.
Well, I just paid you $1,000 to do this. Well, that's okay, because that's just the start of it. All right, and so
Exactly.
everything spins into that. In the uniqueness about what we do is, I mean, now, the way that you've grown your company, right? I mean, so same as me. I watch you start by just mechanical, right? We just do mechanical, or you do what you can to make money, and then you start to kind of manifest into the things that you really want to do, right?
Yeah, your little niche.
Your
industry.
little niche. And I always try to tell people, like, well, why did it take you so long to do that? Well, you don't get to do it, right?
Figure it out.
You have to figure
I
it
couldn't
out.
afford to do it.
Yeah, and you have to earn that respect from your customers and your clients, right? You can't just open a door and say, hey, I'm a custom builder.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me see what you did.
You'll be
right?
twiddling your thumbs for a little bit.
I'm a race car shop. I'm not that. And see the evolution of McGinity Motorworks and the evolution of you over the. I think that how I actually met you. I was looking for an engine for a 2006, and I'll map it down. 2006 BMW X3, and we had an engine that was blown, and it was one of the first ones that you did. As you know, I always used to do BMWs until I realized I fucking hated them. And you had that X6 engine, you had the block, and you sold it to me for $500. I sent my guy up there to pick it up.
Treated you fairly.
You treated me fairly, right? And sent my guy up there to get it, and he's like, dude, this guy's cool, man. He's got a lot of BMWs all over the place. And I still laugh today because I thought McGinity Motorworks was like your dad's company, because everyone thinks that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, that's for me. Even the other day, somebody's like, well, I thought that was your dad's company. I'm like, fuck no.
No, man,
my dad fucking pushed a broom and ran a fucking,
my dad is a great dude, but nobody taught me, let alone nobody handed me a business.
No.
Turnkey, maybe half a turn, you know, any of that, or set me up for success if I wanted to go out on my own and trust myself to do my own thing.
Yeah.
That was all fear diving off of a cliff for me.
So you and I both have talked about what got us to this point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you had an extraordinary moment in your life where you're like, okay, I got to stop doing something, and then I'm going to put everything on the line, right, to be able to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the other reason why I respect you so much, is that it wasn't given to you, right? You got to where you were out of really desperation. You didn't have anywhere else to do.
I mean, I ate shit for a long time.
Yeah, I did.
I literally ate shit.
I can remember. So
years.
I in 2008, when the industry fell apart, I left being a mortgage broker. I can remember being as broke as I could be. I didn't have a bike. I didn't have a car. But thank the Lord, I had somebody in my life that fed me a little bit.
Right.
I can remember getting change, out of a just to eat a hamburger and shit, right? And then being like in 2010, I was like, all right, I'm going to make a choice in my life to go after cars. And 11 years later, here I am sitting across from you, another guy that went through great trials and tribulations just to get where he's at.
Yeah.
And probably maybe 80% of the people that know us don't know
at all
that how we got to here, right?
Yeah.
They all just assume that it was their dad.
Well, the great part is I think you and I are still in the same process. Maybe you a little bit further. We understand that we're still working on the foundation.
Yeah.
People might think, hey, we made it. Look at them. Mm-mm. No, this is still foundation concrete pouring.
Yeah.
We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah.
But what you mentioned, and to piggyback on that, I know how to be broke.
Yeah.
I know how to get by. I know how to survive and
I'm
grind.
not getting broke again.
Yeah. And I'll just keep grinding.
Yeah. That's keep grinding. We need to get T-shirts that say that.
Maybe
we make a race car that says keep grinding, man.
Yeah, there you
keep
go.
grinding.
Yeah.
Hey, so one thing I want to do. Yeah, I mean, we just finished up a race not so long in August with you.
Yeah, the half mile,
right? In
Indiana Corn Marketing Council,
shift sector, right? First Farmers Bank and Trust.
We'll
throw it out. We'll do a lot. We met some people at the Indiana Fuel Summit. Some Finland guys that are going to come up with some ethanol stuff. You and I are both big believers in the ethanol, community and how much it can do for not only what we do, but the world as a whole, right?
Yeah,
we
right.
get to understand, we sat in a fuel summit where we got to see,
a lot of data,
right?
Yeah.
Where all this, and both you and I are fully invested into that. So do you have anything that you think that's coming on board quickly? I know you had the vehicle that poor BMW that didn't make it, that I think blew an engine or something like that. It's a BMW. So
I think you're talking about my car that I resurrected specifically to build for the half mile event. And that was one of our two sponsored vehicles.
Yeah.
And that vehicle did run on both days.
Yeah, it did.
Multiple passes.
It did.
I believe your sponsored vehicle made a
pass. It made a victory
I think it was a stroll.
It made a victory lap.
Yeah.
69. You know what my top speed was?
69.
69.
It's as fitting as possible.
It's as fitting. I mean, Interstate 69. I wanted to make sure that I just wanted people to know, right? So that's kind of why I did it. So again, that car, I think your car did what, 140?
We were north of 150. I think our best was a 155 or 156, which is kind of where we were aiming.
Yeah. And which most people don't understand, though. They're like, that doesn't seem fast at all, right? But that's a half mile car, folks. Okay, so most of y'all get into your car and you mash your pedal to the floor, and in like 2 miles you're going to get up, 3 miles you're going to get up to that speed.
Yeah.
We're doing it in a half mile.
And you should have gone for a ride when that thing was still running, because that's getting off the line in first gear, getting into second,
it's moving,
and then shitting and getting for second, third, fourth, and fifth.
So that the Hellcat that we had, the Charger, the best time we got out of it was 149.9.
That thing was moving,
and that was moving, right? So that was automatic, right? And so that's barely getting any traction. So again, that's fast, but you and I both know that's still slow.
Yeah, it's just a starting point when you go out there with other teams or other individuals or other sponsored vehicles, or other backyard guys just making monsters. These guys are going north of 200.
Yep. But those guys also have budgets. Again, they're racing teams, and Tyler and I have both committed to try to go out there and to win. Right? We just don't want to go out there and compete. That's not kind of how our personality is. And I brought out a lot of fun cars, but they've been slow cars, and everybody likes to pick on me forever about that. But as I always tell people,
hey, at least you're bringing out cars.
Listen, I always tell people the best way to motivate me is to doubt me. Right? So keep doubting me. Right? Keep doubting us, and sooner or later we're going to be probably some of the fastest cars out there, and to boot, we're going to be some of the fastest cars out there that are being paid for by sponsors who want to see those fast cars out there.
Exactly, and that's kind of the message, right? Is like, if you've never been involved in cars, but you think you might, or maybe you have kids that are starting to learn how to drive, or even little kids. The races like the half mile race in Marion, you can come out there and you can say, hey, this isn't too far out of reach.
Yep.
I can take a sports car out here and have fun.
Yep.
I don't have to do 200. I don't have to do 180. Because, my car was pretty fully built and I'm running 155, so
it's a fast car.
You can just go out, have fun, try something new.
Yep.
And get involved in that network.
Yeah.
And that's why we do it.
Well, it's something different that we get to participate in. Our jobs of dealing with cars every single day, and as we said earlier, dealing with customers and the frustrations and all the things that we have to go through, and figuring out cars that don't really bring any joy to us. Right?
We have to go play.
Yeah, we have to go play. And I tell people that weekend is probably the most fun I have every weekend of the year.
Oh yeah,
because it's just an opportunity to just be around a bunch of guys that are just so much better than us, really, right? And you kind of what you strive to be, right? You're like, I want to go fast, right?
Yeah, I just want to go faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, and it's just not like a switch. You just be like, whoop, I get to do it. No, right? You have to earn that right. You know what I mean? And Jason from Shift Sector, he created an event that I just think is such a unique and cool experience. That draws guys like you and I in the realm of what we do into it. And you played on that. You said the exact thing. The average Joe can still just go out there and hop in his car,
and it's relatively super safe.
Yeah. You're going straight.
It doesn't get much safer.
No, you're not launching off of a line to try. You know what I mean? You're not building again.
Well, what was that? Was that like a burgundy Mustang? I think that ended up in the cornfield.
Yeah. No, Nissan. It was those Nissan guys.
So that was, the one thing.
He spun out in the grass and then spun it in the cornfield, right? And that's the worst that can happen because you're really not going to tumble or do anything, right? You're going to spin and go off, and so that's an event that I think is great for everybody. I know you and I are going to probably be participants in that for forever.
Yeah.
Right. Forever.
Yep.
So moving forward in this and thinking about things that you and I could do, kind of what's the the best message that you can say to guys out there in the car community or younger guys, who
looking to get into the car community?
Like I know you hear it all the time, and I hear guys say to me like, I want to be like you, and I'm always like, fucking stressed out.
Yeah, here's the keys, buddy. Good luck.
You want to be stressed out and not sleep and work 24/7 and have your phone never stop. But what would be something that you would share, to somebody where you would say who wants to get into what we do?
Well, the first and most important thing that I would say would be you just have to pull up your bootstraps and try something new.
Yeah.
Whether it's if you want to get into a position where you're a technician working on vehicles, or you want to be a business owner of some sort of automotive idea, or you just want to have cool cars or build your cars and stuff like that. You just have to start doing it, because it's going to be an educational process going forward. No matter, are you still learning new stuff every day? Because I still am.
Every single day.
It does not stop.
It doesn't stop. Me. I don't stop pushing myself.
Yeah.
There is no end game for me. I guess it's hard to think about what's the end game, right? Because you start with an idea, right? I always had an idea that I wanted to create a company that did everything that nobody else did, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's that thing that drives me every day. I wanted to be the guy that did it all. Everybody's like, you can't do that. You got to pick one thing. I can't pick one thing.
Right.
That's not how my brain works, right? I have to have these multiple avenues of things that keep me going, right? Even like my employees over here are trying to flip me off in the background, Lucas and Jason, right? I like having a group of consistent, almost. I call it a little bit of controlled chaos, right?
It is, and that's a mindset thing for people like us.
Yeah.
We grasp that we're control freaks.
Yep.
We like to have a little control, but we like to keep busy, and we like what's new, what's next. Okay, this is done. Now I got 33 more other things.
Yeah.
It's always go.
Go.
What are we going to do when we retire one day?
I'm probably
going to keep working.
I'm going to be on a boat.
I'm probably going to keep working.
I told you I'm going to be a fucking race car driver.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get you started with Graham Rahal. We're going to go up to Road America in Wisconsin here in like 3 weeks.
3 weeks and be able to do it. On top of that, I haven't shared this with you either.
Just remember first, I think we have that wager still going at Putnam Park that you need to come out to.
Okay.
We can move that wager up to Road America if you want.
Cool with that.
And we'll just figure it out on the track.
So I'm going to tell you other thing. So the Finland guys that we hooked up with, we're building a motorcycle for them that's going to go to SEMA. So I bought into that whole deal. We're going to take the first kit and make a Harley Davidson, a fuel. Ethanol fuel capable.
Flex fuel capability.
Flex fuel. Will be the first Harley Davidson in America that will have that on.
Yeah.
And we're taking it to SEMA.
That's going to be awesome. If you need one.
I already bought one.
Okay,
you know me.
Yeah, because
it was a reason to buy another car.
We're probably going to keep those in stock. As of today, we're working on retrofitting the E-Flex fuel system to one of our shop vehicles for testing. But that's the big thing. Going back to the Indiana Corn and the Fuel Summit and the high octane ethanol. There's a global issue here, and if Americans utilize flex fuel capability on their cars, we wouldn't need to sell our cars and be forced into an electric vehicle.
Nope.
You can keep what you have as long as it's healthy and help the global emissions issues
all at once. You and I are both way into, and I think we actually should get an episode where we get Helena out here and we talk about that and we bring more, the awareness of what ethanol is going to do. We all love to be electrical, but it's just not a feasible thing to be able to do. There's so many obstacles in the way, and when you think about it globally, because most of the people in the world, you talk about India and Asia, and they can't afford an electrical car. So ethanol really is the answer for right now. Ethanol is the answer for all of that. So,
and it smells pretty good too.
It smells like sweet sugar.
Nothing better than a little pure E85, baby.
Pure sugar in it. So, I'll say this, Tyler. I'll probably have you on several times throughout the year, Tyler.
I would love it.
You bring an aspect to this game that, again, I'll say it a million times that I appreciate it. I look up to it. well, I look down to you. You're a little shorter than I, but I
Easy.
look up. I know. I look up to what you do, man. I've appreciated you as a friend and somebody in the industry that I look up to. Right. I mean, I always have. And so I just thank you for your friendship, really, for most.
No,
man.
honestly,
you know what I mean?
man, I think it's been fun. You know, and we're just starting.
I know we're just starting.
We're just starting.
I mean, I'm 47. I got you by like 10 years. So
Yeah, but-
you could quit this, but just start. I'm getting old, right?
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I got, you know what?
You got plenty of time.
I got 10 years to commit to what we do, right? I tell my kids, and I tell Nikki, I got, 10 hard more years. I'm 40, getting ready to turn 48. By 58, I'd like to be,
You're probably
retired.
going to be pretty tired.
I'm already a little tired, but I would want to say when I'm done with this that I leave, a mark on this industry. No pun intended.
Yeah.
A mark on this industry that made it a little bit better, right? That made our industry know that we can work together, we can do things together. You can have people who you think are your competitors not be your competitors, right? And just have a real car community, and because that's the thing is most of us all have an innate passion for vehicles. It started with me very early. I have a weird attachment with cars that I view them as people almost.
Yeah. I truly believe they have personalities.
Yeah, and they do, and you can feel it. They make you feel a certain way. They can change your attitude. And to be able to hopefully share that more with people is really why I want to do this with, and have guests like you on here that can share those same passions that both of us have. That a car is a wonderful thing, right?
It is.
And you and
that's why we have a couple.
And you and I just have the beautiful ability to have those things be able to make us money, right?
Yeah.
And be able to enjoy it.
Yeah,
right?
we are blessed in some sort of fashion through all the ugliness and the late nights and the stress and the sleep and the headaches and I don't know if that was a heart attack or a stroke, but through all of that, the passion is what keeps me going. I think it's what keeps you going.
And passion every single day.
You've made your, I think you made the mark in the local community for our industry, saying like, hey, I'm here. And we're going to try to do things a little bit differently because times are changing, and let's grow.
Yeah.
And I definitely, appreciate your friendship more than you know.
Thank you.
And I think the podcast is a great idea. I was honored to be asked to be here for the
first one.
Number one episode.
Number one. Yeah, it could be number 3 or number 4.
Yeah,
but
if you got to move me to the back, that's fine.
Yeah. We'll move you around to make sure that you're still within the first very important part of it. So, again, guys, on a wrap up here again, Tyler McGinity Motorworks. He does incredible things. If you I actually have a Mercedes. I have a Mercedes that I'm going to send you that the customer. We put batteries in, and it's my fault that the thing doesn't run good anymore just because we put batteries in.
That's all right. We'll get you there.
Yeah, it's got so many other issues. I was like, just check it out. But listen, honestly, one of the best guys that I've got to meet in this industry. Very knowledgeable. A guy that started working on the cars, actually, right? Physically putting hands on it and doing the day-to-day grind.
I quit my job and made a Craigslist ad.
Yeah, and then he ended up in the back room of a hotel. No, I'm sorry, that's a different story.
And then it's off to the races.
That's as it goes. No, but seriously, guys, I want to say to everybody, anybody who listens to this and anybody who wants to pay attention, it's September, what is it, the 20th, 22nd? 23rd, 2021. All right. We all had a horrible year last year. We had COVID, so many other things that happened. So if you want to tune in each week, and when we do these episodes, we're going to try and make this fun, make it, let you learn a little bit, get you some insight and things that you might know. We're going to try to go to some car shows and some other events, charitable work. The car industry does a lot of good work all around. Most of the events.
I would love to get out to more stuff.
Yeah,
it's
just
hard.
Time. Yeah, But we put in so much money and so much effort into a lot of things that we just want you guys to come and join in each week. Indy's podcast, Indy's Garage. Come check us out. Tyler McGinity, thank you very much for participating with us today. Jason Aaron, who does an incredible work back behind the camera and the microphone. He's an extremely not that good looking of a guy. That's why he's not on this side of it. Wait, no?
What?
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. No, he really is.
Come on.
Thank you, guys. Tune in. see what we have going on, and that's pretty much it, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. And hey, don't forget, you can find this podcast anywhere that you find a podcast.
Yeah,
right.
which would be
so what is that? Is that like
Apple,
Google,
Spotify,
yeah, all the
YouTube.
places. You guys are on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Just click this, watch it, support us.
listen it. Yeah,
because
listen.
we need some more support so we can do some cool shit.
Local guys, listen. All right, if you're a local guy and you want to see something local and cool, why not follow two guys like me and you?
And call us.
Let's link up. Let's go do
Be
a
a
car
game
show.
changer, dude.
Let's go do some burnouts and shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
Okay. We'll leave it there.
All right. Thanks, guys.